Hey, everybody. John Granato and AJ Hoffman here. We're both on ESPN 97.5. I'm in the mornings. AJ is in the afternoons. Let's talk some Texans football. AJ, let's talk position groups of the Houston Texans. Which are you most confident in and which are you least confident in?
I'll start with most confident. I think it's the linebacking group. I think it's been a strength. I think it continues to be one of the strengths. I think between Cunningham and McKinney, you've got two guys. Cunningham, who's a playmaker, and these are guys who are really effective stopping the run. It's been one of the few strengths of the Texans defense the last couple years. So I think they're consistent. I think they're solid. That's the group that I like the most with the Texans.
Well, you're specifically inside linebacker because outside linebacker, Whitney Merciless, $54 million, and over 9 games he had half a sack. Jacob Martin, Brennan Scarlett, Jonathan Greenard, Ejiofor. Let's see what he's going to bring. Amadihue. If you want to, you may laugh. My position group that I feel best about. Well, after offensive line, I feel the best about the offensive line with Ty Howard coming back. I really believe that Tunsil is going to be good. I like the group as a whole. Other than Howard getting hurt, it was together. It's going to be together for another year now. I really think that is going to be – it went from probably the weakest group before Tunsil got here to, I think, one of, if not the strongest group on this football team. But I'm going to say wide receiver too. I really, really think that you've got a lot of fast guys, that you've got a lot of guys with experience. You got a lot of guys who have done plenty in this league already. I think you got the speed with Fuller, Cooks, and Cobb. And Stills. They can all run, and I think that you're deeper than you've been before. I hated the DeAndre Hopkins trade because of what you got in return, but I like the group as a whole now more than I liked last year's group.
Well, my favorite thing about this wide receiver group is they're always on the field. There's never injury questions. Like, all of these guys are solid as a rock.
Play 16 games, never going to miss a game.
That's right. That's exactly what Bill O'Brien likes. He likes guys who practice hard and are always on the field, and that's these receivers. Right. They're always going to be there. No injuries, no chance. I've still got questions about the wide receiver group, mostly because of that. And I also think I get what you're saying. There is more depth now, but you take away one of the 2 or 3 best receivers in the league, and it's hard for me to think they got better as a receiving core. I just don't see how that works. So I've still got a lot of questions about those guys. I still don't know who the tight ends are on this team. I don't know. It seems like you've got a lot of tight end number 2s and 0 guys who are the number 1 guy. And it seems that way with the receivers too. You've got a lot of 2nd and 3rd wide receivers without a real number 1 guy. So I do think there's some depth, but I don't know if the quality is what you're looking for.
Yeah. Before we get to which are the worst position groups, let's talk a second about Boomer Naturals. BoomerNaturals.com, promo code Granato. If you're looking for the best mask out there, we love these things. It's breathable. That's the thing about a mask, is that you have to be able to breathe in it, first of all, but secondly, that it's protecting you. Otherwise, why are you wearing it? And BoomerNaturals.com, promo code Granato is where you can get it. And oh, by the way, for every mask they sell, they also donate to a charitable organization. So if you're looking for a great place to get your mask, BoomerNaturals.com, promo code Granato, not Hoffman.
Yeah, promo code Granato will save you 19.5%. Promo code Hoffman will save you a full 20%.
No,
at Boomer
20%
Naturals. So use
Granato.
promo code Hoffman and save more money.
He's lying. Obviously, he lied about the wide receivers, and now he's lying about this.
I can't hear you, John. Your mic is off.
So, all right. What position group do you have the least confidence in?
I think it's probably the same one as you, would be my guess. Well, there's 2 options, but the secondary, again, it looks like it's very questionable. You brought in Bradley Roby on a 1-year prove-it deal. He proved that he was decent while he was out there, but he also proved that it was going to be hard to keep him out there on the field. And they said, you know what? You proved it. You're our number 1 corner now, which is a little bit odd to me. I don't think there's much depth. There's a possibility that Lonnie Johnson steps up or someone steps up and becomes like a better player than they have been so far. I've just got a lot of questions about the secondary right now.
Yeah, and without a pass rush, it's even worse. And, unless you're going to get something out of those outside linebackers and JJ comes back full force and gets you 20 sacks like he did when he was younger, they're going to be out there on islands. I agree wholeheartedly. I will say I do like the safety group a heck of a lot.
I like
more
it a lot better
the
than the
corners.
outside.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Eric Murray can play in the slot and take the slot receivers, because I certainly don't like Johnson there. I'm not crazy about Lonnie Johnson on the outside, but I'm not crazy about him on the inside either, which is not a positive. Gary Conley, yeah, I'm with you. The secondary, but specifically the cornerbacks, are a real issue for this football team, and especially if you don't have that pass rush.
I think the other group that you could look at right now is running back. And, I mean, you've got a big-name guy there in David Johnson, but we don't know what he's going to be. And Duke Johnson historically has been a nice secondary piece, but if he's the secondary piece to a guy who is doing nothing, then you're probably going to be in trouble. So I'm not sure what you're going to get out of this running back group. If David Johnson actually has hit the wall and he really is as useless as he's looked for the last couple seasons, the Texans may have a real problem at that position.
Yeah, I'm not high on the David Duke backfield either, and it's going there's nothing good about David Duke. Nothing good about a David Duke backfield or David Duke himself. So yeah, I'm with you on that one too.